Hi, the stress you experienced as a child can cause you to live in negativity and keeps you in survival mode now. Childhood stress is chronic. It is always there. Sometimes it flares up, sometimes it's even, but it always runs in the background. Why is it harmful and can you recover from it? With childhood stress, this is something you carry from your childhood and you might not be even aware of it. This is a stress patterns that run in your body for a long time. Your body is pumping these stress hormones consistently, and the stress is always at the background. Childhood stress is a type of chronic stress when it happens. When you experience overwhelming, some kind of emotional overwhelm as a child, it creates stress cycles in your body. And your body starts holding those stress cycles. You had such an emotional overwhelm that your body couldn't regulate back into the state of relaxation and healthy functioning, so it got stuck in the stress patterns. There is always some kind of perceived sense of danger, and you cannot fully relax and repair. That's what makes the chronic stress keep running, especially the stress from the childhood, because your body doesn't have a permission to go into healing and repairing mode in case danger comes back. And this danger is not just physical danger, emotional danger as well. So it happens, childhood stress is created when we are raised by emotionally unavailable parents or caregivers. It means that they were not there for you in the way that you needed them. This is the key word, the way you needed them. Sometimes this emotional or physical availability is obvious and the lack of it. For example, a parent who had frequent outbursts of anger, or a depressed parent or an alcoholic couldn't look after your needs. But other times, this emotional unavailability of your caregivers is not so obvious. For example, you had a functioning family, but your parents were in a habit of comparing children between each other. And they always kind of sent this signal out that you were not as good or not good enough. They might not have said it directly, but it was implied through their feelings, facial expressions, and nonverbal communication. And all of this was enough to create overwhelming levels of stress in your system as a child. So really, it's hard to judge what is emotional overwhelm because it is so individual for different people. Really, it's your body's reaction to a stressful situation. And this reaction will be different for different people. So when people say you had a wonderful childhood outwardly, or sometimes we ourselves judge ourselves, saying that my childhood was fine, nothing was so bad, it might not be really true. When your body runs chronic childhood stress, it diverts its precious resources from its main work of repairing and sustaining health. Instead, it keeps using its resources to run stress patterns, to stay hypervigilant. In this way, it started ensuring your survival in the past and it keeps doing it. So you can see how quickly you can run out of healing energy in your system. The big question, can you heal childhood stress? Can you recover from it? Yes. You can take steps towards healing and recovery. One way is called repairing and reparenting yourself. This is the way when you start looking after yourself as a grown-up, after those vulnerable parts of you that need healing. There are many ways to recover from childhood stress. If you didn't get right parenting, you can start taking care of the inner parts that need your attention. Oftentimes, we are scared of those parts because when they show up, we become very reactive. We react very emotionally. You can look at reactive cycles, patterns of behavior, and thinking. Look, even listening to that voice in your head can give you information of what might need care and your attention. Do you have a strong critical voice which criticizes maybe the way you look or how you are as a person? Don't be afraid. Become curious. Listen to it and see what it has to say. Remember, it is there for your protection. It was there for your protection. Or do you have a screaming voice in your head that wants you to do better, stronger, and keep pushing? I had one of those. Or you experience recurring feelings or emotions. You often feel sad, hopeless, helpless for no good reason. Maybe you are afraid to receive attention, and you do your best to keep yourself small and invisible. You might find yourself over-explaining yourself a lot, or maybe you are preoccupied obsessively about what other people think or feel about you, and you feel like you have a telepathic superpower knowing what other people think or feel about you. I remind you here that the childhood stress is your childhood adaptation that you came up with for survival. Your body came up with that reaction. So you are not as powerful as you might like to think. As you created that adaptation, you can recover from it. You can create better adaptation that align more with your current life goals. And I'm here to remind you that you are powerful and strong. If you would like to keep in touch, let's connect and send me an email or check out my website.